What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Diabolical Snake Invasion 4-pack. So this is a pretty cool 4-pack where we will get the snake armor He-Man, which we've already had before, but he does look a little bit different, and then 3 extra snake men to go along with it. So we have this box design here. It looks pretty cool with a nice scenery. It looks very awesome with like the weird snake sort of castle there in the background, and then like in the swamp feature with all sorts of like snake characters coming up there to attack He-Man in his snake armor, ready to fight all the snake men. So that all looks pretty cool. And if we spin around to the back, we can see our characters as well as they're sort of facing off with He-Man with a little bit of story up top there, and then some of course other characters we've had there already on the back. But with this, what's cool about it is that we do have a flap that opens up, and of course we have that same sort of picture up top there. But then we have our 4 characters. So we have the snake armor He-Man. As I said, we will compare that. He does look minorly different. And then 3 other snakeman characters. So we have Rattle Hood, Gorgon, and Naga, which all look pretty cool there with the like sort of combination designs of other characters we've already had. So those 3 look pretty cool as well to go along with that snake armor He-Man. So pretty cool 4-pack. Of course, we're more interested in the snake men since we've already had snake armor He-Man, but it's still cool to get that thrown in as well in a different variation. So I'm excited to check this out. So let me get him out of the box and we'll take a look at him together. So let's start off with Snake Armor He-Man, which is just He-Man in specialized armor designed to fight the Snake Men with a cordite snake pincher that attaches to him. And overall looks cool. Of course, we have had this before. This is minorly different, like they changed some stuff, so we'll do that comparison. But overall looks relatively the same, and it's designed after the 2002 series of He-Man. So of course the face still looks kind of old, but the hair is updated a little, and the body and design of like armor and everything does look like that 2000 series. But overall I think he looks pretty cool. So of course we have He-Man, so same design there with the face, of course, with the weird eyebrows and everything, but still has the bleach blonde hair like over to the side. And then he has the armor on, so like I said, the snake armor. So he has the big shoulder pad. I like how it's the snake logo with the like sword going through it or whatever, so that's pretty cool. With the black armor up there, black armor on his forearm that the pincher attaches into, and I love like the neon green sort of colors in there, and then on his chest plate as well with the logo from that He-Man series. Then silver armor everywhere else down that side. Then he has like the loincloth or like skirting material, whatever, again with that snake logo with the sword. So love like the whole snake design thrown in there as well, with this darker green color going around and black on the back, so that looks cool as well. The silver armor going down his right leg to the black shin guards, and the greenish color boots there on his feet as well. So overall I think he looks pretty cool, but like I said, since we've already had him, it's not as exciting. But moon-wise, the head will twist all the way around, can look down that far and up that far, so pretty decent. We get the shoulders. Of course, this shoulder can come up there to 90 and rotate around, but it can only go so far because of the shoulder piece, but it can rotate. Then we get this single elbow joint that bends there close to 90 with rotation, and then the wrist will twist all the way around and hinge back and forth. Then we go to the twist all the way around at the waist. The hips will come up a little bit. It's hard with these hips, especially when they have like the skirting. So it can come up at least there and then out to the side. We get the single knee joint back with the rotation. And then we get a shin twist there at the boot. And then the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty much the same movements with all the Origins figures. So nothing new. And we'll see pretty much the same things with each of the figures today. So overall, he works out good and he looks pretty cool here. Now, accessory wise, as I mentioned, he does come up with the snake pincher. So we have the snake pincher that almost reminds me of like an earwig sort of pincher, but it looks pretty cool, again in that neon green sort of color. And with this, we can attach it into his forearm piece here, so it just attaches right in there. So he has that to be able to pinch onto some of the snake men, so that's pretty cool. And then he also comes with the sword again from that 2000 series. I always love this sword design. It's the He-Man series I grew up on, so always seeing these designs is really cool. So we have the sword there. Of course, he does have the slot here on his back that you can store it into, or we can just go and put it into this other hand. So there, He-Man now has this sword and the pincher there ready to fight against the snake men, so that looks really cool. And of course, as I mentioned, we have had the other version. So here's the single release version of He-Man. So again, it's going to be design wise exactly the same. They just changed the colors and stuff. So I do think I like the colors a lot on this one. I think it makes it stand out, of course, with the neon green and the black and stuff against just all mostly the silver here. But either one isn't bad. It doesn't really matter. You know, get the same sort of design with the same armor and attachments to be able to fight against the snake men. So you can pick and choose either one, but I do like this one quite a bit. And then starting with the Snake Men, we have Rattle Hood, which is the squad leader of the Snake Men. Now, these characters seem to mostly be made up, so I couldn't really find anything online about them, so I just had to go with what was on the box for them. But overall, he looks really cool. I love this design, especially the colors with this light blue and then the darker blue or purple. It just stands out quite a bit color-wise to me. And then he's a mixture of different character bodies, so mostly his main body here is pretty much just Rattler, so it's just reused and repainted version of Rattler. It even has the tail on the back with the rattlesnake snake tail there on the end. And like I said, body-wise, going to be exactly the same. And if you can hear it, he does have the rattle. So if you could hear that, he does have the rattle inside of it. And then he has the big head or hood piece there with the like King Cobra head design from CamoCon that we got. So it had this big head design, which is pretty cool. And it looks cool again with the blue. And again, like the dark blue or purple around the eyes and the open mouth there. So overall, I think he looks pretty cool. This is definitely my favorite looking Snake Man from this pack. He just stands out a lot color-wise, and I like the design. But movement-wise, we get the head that'll twist all the way around. Look down that far and up that far, so pretty loose movements there in the head. Shoulders up 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends with rotation, wrist twist around and flex back and forth, twist all the way around at the waist. A little bit hard there with that belt and everything. The hips can come up a little and then out to the side. We get the single knee joint back with the rotation and the shin twist there in the middle of the leg with the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. Now, very much like Rattler, he has some issues standing up because of his tail, so it's pretty flimsy and everything, but if you like stand him up, it does sort of push on it, so it always makes him want to fall forward or lean forward. So you just have to try to counteract that with his feet, like to get him to stand up and push back against the tail. So that can be a bit annoying, but if you just counteract it, it works out fine. Now, he does come with some accessories. I think this is the only Snake Man that really has accessories. So first, we do get a neck piece to make his neck extend. Now, I can't remember who came with this from the original Snake Man, if it was Rattler, but you have the neck that you can attach to that and then have it stick up there so you can have the long neck, so more snake-like neck or whatever there. I think that looks really goofy, but you do have that option. And since this head also has the mouth with the open hole, we do get a spit, so like a venom spit or whatever we want to call it, in this see-through pink color, which is cool. So we can attach this into his mouth so it can be shooting that out, which looks pretty cool, I guess. I just wish this would be able to use like with some of the other characters. It doesn't really make sense that they all just go for Rattle Hood. It'd be cool if like Naga or something could use it because of his specialty, but whatever, this is the only one it works with. And then we do also get the snake staff, so we've seen this multiple times again in this dark blue or purple color, which looks cool that we can put into his hand. So there he's got the snake staff as well, so that looks pretty cool, I guess. So again, just all the accessories that this pack comes with for the Snake Man all work for Rattle Hood. I mean, obviously we could put the snake staff in any of their hands, but only he works color-wise with the extended neck and the venom strike because of his open mouth. But yeah, overall, I think he looks pretty cool there. But as I mentioned, he does look a lot, like especially body-wise, as Rattler, so we do have him as well. So you'll see body-wise is going to be exactly the same. The only difference is the head, but then we do get his head reused for the other two figures, so we'll see this head again for those other two. So just wanted to show that off of the comparison there. But overall, I really like the look and color-wise of Rattle Hood. And then we have Gorgon. Now he's going to look exactly the same as Naga. They're pretty much exactly the same. Just color changes is the only difference. But he's the loyal spy for King Hiss. So again, that's all the description I got from him off the box. Now, as I mentioned, he does have the head of Rattler. So it's going to be the same head. And it's always sort of looking up in the air like this. So it's quite annoying that it's always just up in the air with the open mouth there with the tongue and stuff. So I like that design. I just wish it would look down a little bit more because I don't want it always looking up in the sky like that. But then it has the body of Cobra Khan. So we've had Cobra Khan, and we'll see that body. I'll show you the comparison. It's exactly that body, just repainted. Now with his color, since he's got this like olive green, or I don't know what you'd say, it's a lighter color green, a darker green, but they're both like, you know, have like a gray sort of tint to them, and then has the neon green Snake Man logo on his chest, and then a little bit lighter green color for the boots, or like a normal green for the boots and belt there. But the rest of it is just all the different shades of green, and just seeing this always reminds me of a pickle. So just seeing this guy, I always think of pickles. But overall, I think he looks pretty decent. Like I said, with the Cobra Khan body, with especially with this like hard shell body with the lines and everything and the segmentation and scaling and stuff for the Snake Man, which is pretty cool. Then like the fur on the arms and the feet there and stuff, just he stands out with the colors and different variations and stuff. But overall, since he doesn't work with any accessories, he's not that interesting. But moonwise will be the same as all the others. His head will twist all the way around, can look back and forth just a little bit, so very little movement there. Shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint with the rotation, wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Then we twist all the way around at the waist. The hips can come up a little and out to the side. Single knee joint back with rotation, a shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So yeah, pretty much the exact same movements as all the other figures, just less movement in the head because of its design. And as I mentioned, he doesn't come with any accessories, so nothing to go with him. But as I mentioned, he has the body of Cobra Khan. So here we have Cobra Khan. So you can can see that body design from this is going to be exactly reused here, just obviously different colors for him. And then the head design, since he's got the Rattler head there with almost like the Diamondback head design for that one instead of this weird stupid head there. So we have him, and as I mentioned, exactly similar to him, we have Naga. So it's going to be the exact same body, everything's exactly the same except the colors. So this time he has this like darker red, maroonish sort of red color for the head, the body going down the legs and on the forearms, this lighter sort of like pinkish color there on the upper arms, and then the green color on his chest, the belt, and on his feet. So with his colors, since the other one reminded me of pickles, this one reminds me more of strawberries, just with the different shades of red and the green and stuff. So it looks pretty cool, but like I said, body wise it's going to be exactly the same, so we won't do his movements because it is literally the exact same body used again, just in different colors this time. But from the box, Naga is the poison master for the Snakeman, so I feel he would have been cool if he could have put the venom like shooting out of his mouth for him, since he's a poison master. But again, because he just has the exact same head, we can't use that, so nothing to go with him once again. But these two, like I said, are identical between Gorgon and Naga. They're just different colors. So with this pack, we can have the face-offs of He-Man in his snake armor against our 3 snake men of Rattle Hood, Gorgon, and Naga. So pretty cool overall. Like I said, not as exciting since we've already had the snake armor He-Man, just different design. And then I do really like Rattle Hood, mixing some of the characters as well as the other two, but they're pretty boring, like I said, and since they don't come with like their own accessories and stuff, it makes it even more boring. But it's just cool to add 3 more snake men in various colors, so it makes them stand out compared to the rest of the other snake men. So again, building up that snake men army as well with this pack. So overall, I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely not necessary, especially like I said, if you have the snake armor He-Man and you don't need these characters since they're pretty much made up, but I think they are cool, and like I said, to add to that army builder, so I like that aspect. But otherwise you can easily skip out on this pack. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. If you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.